Hey, welcome to Fitness Connection. This is Ebenezer Grant, aka Eb the Trainer, and today I'm gonna talk about an article I wrote called "Man versus Ants: Who Will Win?" Okay, this is an article I wrote from my blog. You can find it at www.fitnessconnections.org. You know, if you Google my name, Eb the Trainer, you find me on Twitter, Facebook. So don't be shy, hit me up. So here goes. Are you smarter than an ant? You might say, hey man, what kind of question is this? Or you might just say, hell yeah, I'm smarter than an ant. You know, after all, you're bigger, therefore you got bigger brains, right? They're tiny, so therefore they must have really tiny brains, right? Yeah. But can you even picture the size of an ant's brain? Do they even have? They must have brains, right? Because they're so smart. But can you picture the size of an ant's brain? It's so tiny. So here's a scenario. Here's what prompted me to write this article. Okay, probably around last year, right before summertime. You know, that's when the ants come out of hibernation. You know, so I had a little ant problem. Okay, these little guys decided that they want to invade my house. Okay, so I found them around my kitchen sink. You know, I seen them marching in single file. You know, kind of remind me of my old army days. Soon they were looking for food to go feed who else but the big fat queen somewhere in the lair, somewhere underground or wherever she is. You know, after seeing this, I decided that, hey man, my home is not big enough for you guys and my family. So I decided to fight back. So I waged an all-out chemical warfare. You know, I went to Home Depot, well, the local hardware store, and bought some ant bait. You know, I read the instructions, decided I was gonna fight back. So, I saw their little perfect trail going, so, I put the bait right smack in the middle of it. Whereas, they don't have to go over it, eat it, or go around it, or what. So as they came upon the bait, some of them scattered, somewhere around it, and some ate it. So, I left, went about my business, came back a few hours later, and there was a lot of dead ants around the bait. There was a trail of dead ants all the way back to the little crack they were coming out of, like the little crevice right between the kitchen sink and the wall, wherever, you know? So I was like, yeah, I got you, you little bastards. So I was hoping that some of them actually took the bait back to the queen to feed it so I could totally get rid of this problem. Because it's the only way to really get rid of the ant problem is to take out the queen. She's a queen bee, literally. She lays millions of eggs, millions. So anyway, fast forward 1 year, this summer. At first, I saw one little ant. I was like, no big deal, no threat. Just took the hammer fist and boom, smashed him. No problem. I got rid of him. And then the next day, I seen two ants. It's like, man, what the heck is going on? Two ants, no big deal. So, following day, I seen more ants. I was like, what the heck is going on? So, it's like I did last year. I went and got my bait. Alright? But the bait that I had last year was supposed to kill the entire colony. Obviously, it didn't work unless this was a new other colony. But anyway, I got the bait because it worked for me last year. it was gonna work for me this year. So I did the same thing, put it in the middle of the trail, you know, but this time something different happened. Okay, instead of eating the bait, instead of some eating the bait like last year, they all scattered. None of them ate the bait. I was like, that's strange. You know, none of them touched the bait. I was like, this is the same bait that you, come on, eat it. You guys like this. You ate it last year. You know, it was like I had dropped a nuclear bomb and the alarm just went off and they all ran for cover. So I thought to myself, man, this was maybe, I don't know, whatever. So I started thinking that, could it be that some had actually survived the previous year and spread the word? Or was there like a email campaign that every ant received? You know, or could it be that these tiny little brain bastards actually remembered the deadly effects of this bait? You know, so this led me to pose the question that I posed earlier: are we smarter than ants? Well, you can still not say yes, cause yeah, okay. So they remember the bait from last year. Big deal. They still not smart. But here's my question to us human beings: why do some of us keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again, even though we know the consequences? You know, I'm sure you've all heard the definition of insanity. You know, not P90X insanity, but the word insanity. You know, it's, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You know, or maybe that's just a definition of stupid. All I know is, if you want to survive and stay alive in this world, you have to be a little like these resilient ants. You have to turn your mistakes into experiences and learn from them, not to relive them over and over again. This is the story of human, evolution. This is how we got to where we are, by not repeating the same dumb mistakes over and over again. If one person, you just imagine back in prehistoric times, on the cusp was, before we actually got to where if one person in the tribe ate a plant and they died, the rest of the tribe didn't touch the plant. You learn from experiences, So it's all about adapting to scenarios and situations, learning from our own and others' mistakes so we don't repeat them. This could be the difference between life and death. And these ants and every little living thing in nature, this applies to. Sometimes, somehow, the devastation caused by the bait left an imprint in their tiny brains, and they did not take the same bait. I've always had some type, admiration for ants and their physical prowess, because they say ants can lift up to 100 times their own weight. I'm sure you've seen something huge moving on the ground or wherever, and you're like, what the heck is that? And then, only to find out that there's a little tiny ant under it, we could all use some of the qualities of the simple ant in their resiliency. You gotta have respect for these ants, but it still doesn't stop me from trying to get rid of them. So tomorrow, I'm gonna try a different bait. I got no problem with ants outside of the house, but inside of the house, this is my territory. So I'm gonna try a different bait, see what happens. Might get rid of them. It probably won't, because these little bastards are resilient. They survived since prehistoric times, and who am I? They've been here longer than us. But If I could get rid of them temporarily, hey, it's a small victory for mankind. So that's my take on ants. Like I said, my name's Ebenezer Grant, Eb the trainer, personal trainer, group S instructor. Love it, absolutely love it. Write fitness blog articles. If you got questions, you can send it to eb@fitnessconnections.org. Any kind of questions, whether it be fitness questions or whatever, hit me up. All right, peace out.